Before I start this video, a huge shout out to all of you who have subscribed, who have liked, who have left comments down below. It's just overwhelming how many subscribers we got in 24 hours. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for kind of working with me, because it's still going to be a little bit of time before I get this whole filming and editing thing down by myself. But I'm definitely thinking about investing in some equipment or editing equipment, laptops, whatever that may be. So thank you again for the support. I'm going to keep pumping some videos out. You guys are awesome. And please enjoy the video. We'll see you next time. Ew, gross. Oh, man. These things still get me sometimes. I'll be down in the basement and see it and almost have a heart attack. That's why I put them in these little cups. No, these aren't dead tarantulas. These are the molts to our Chaco golden knee tarantula. We do have one tarantula in our collection. I'm sure if you've seen me on videos before, you know I'm a little uncomfortable with them. But we actually lucked out with this spider. We got it as a tiny sling. She ended up being a female, which is beneficial because the female tarantulas can live up to 20 years. Versus a male, I think you might get 5 years out of them. So we are very lucky that she is a female and we'll be able to spend some time with her. But man, looking at the spider in the light and from the top, that pink tint, that leg pattern, what a cool animal. It's just something I really don't pull out and hold, but I do have some large dubia roaches. We'll drop one in and watch her eat. It's pretty cool. Let's see if I got something bigger I should do. Oh my gosh. Just sinks those fangs right into it, kind of liquefies the body, and it's... These are my little goofball dogs. That's Samson. That's little Pawsy. Oh. They're so much fun. We're just enjoying the quarantine here. We're still working. But you know what? Just enjoy these moments at home with your little pets and family, because pretty soon we'll be back to normal, I think. Definitely one of my favorite animals. I'm so happy we got this thing. I don't know if you heard in Miguel's video when I was talking about it. It had like a pretty large burn on the top of its head, but it's healing up and it's turning green. I thought it was going to be scarred. This thing's looking amazing. Let's get some food in them. I think at this stage too, you want to feed these guys, you know, no more than 2 times in between sheds and poops. So if it sheds, poops, feed it, wait a week, feed it again, and then after it poops, you can start feeding it again. I know these guys are really sensitive with food and regurg, so you have to be really careful. But I almost feel like this one was a little underfed, so I'm trying to get some meat back on it. But it's pretty hard with boas, isn't it? Because it's a really fine line. But let's go in here and feed this thing. Ooh, doggy, look at that. I love that with the fog coming out and everything. It's freaking... This cage is sick. This was one of those like prototypes that Brian made for the cages that he's going to be selling with the universal rock background. I absolutely love this cage, but here we go. Let's see. Yeah, he was hungry. Awesome. Been getting a lot of comments down below, well, a couple I guess, about the Caiman enclosure. As you can tell, it's really nothing too fancy. It's pretty much just 2x4s and plywood. Pretty simple design. We've got, I think they call this hardware cloth on the front, or I call it rabbit wire, just to kind of keep them in. There's no real way he could climb out, which is good, but I definitely wanted to drape it with like branches and plants, just so he has something to kind of tuck under and hide and feel safe. He was in a really small tub when we first got him and not eating the best, but as soon as we got him in here, he was crushing the frozen food. Unfortunately, now we have to feed him live. But come over and let's take a look at this thing. It's a little bit hillbilly, but it works. Okay, this is my lock right here. This is what I keep my door shut with. Just one of those quick clamps. just in case, you know, he decides to come out. But here, I think he's actually underwater right now. Come over here and check this out. What I did was I put a canister filter in the corner. There's a pump in the water, of course, pumping it up through the top, dropping it down through my media, just to kind of help me in between water changes, because you definitely want clean, healthy water for him, because, I mean, he's drinking out of here, right? I do have to change this every so often, but with this new canister filter, I'd say every couple weeks I do like a 20-30% water change. Film in there real quick. You can show that off. Let me get a snake hook and let's see if we can pull this little guy up. Lily pads away, and let's see if you can see him at the bottom. He's right down by the pump. He blends in so good. I absolutely love this guy. Now, I don't like to poke and prod and mess with him too much, just because I don't want to throw him off his food game, but it's funny. We'll pull him up to the top here so you guys can kind of see him. Look at the size of little Junior. This thing has grown so much since we've got it, and we're really excited. And a lot of people always ask us, what are you going to do when it's full size? What are you going to do when it's full grown? Build it a bigger cage, build it a bigger water feature. But we absolutely love this little dude. He's super cool. Let me see if I can just pull him up one more time. You can get it. Oh, yeah, he's a little bit angry, so I'll quit kind of messing with him. But definitely a dream animal for us. A lot of people say, are you going to work with it? Are you going to train them? These guys don't like to be held. You know what I mean? They just kind of observe them, feed them, take care of them. They're cool to look at, but it's not something you can cuddle like an American alligator or anything like that. So definitely think before you get one of these things, because as of right now, it could probably take my finger off or close to it. Definitely deglove it. So be very careful before purchasing one of these. Make sure you're somewhere where you can keep it for the long term. And that's about all I have to say about little Junior. So we're over here at my brother's house and we're feeding his little urchin. Look at this thing, man. Look at those little tentacles coming out. Just gave him a little chunk of salmon, and this thing will eventually pull it all the way to that little mouth. Looks like a little butthole or something, and it'll start eating. But I love, love, love his fish tank. It is so sweet. We help him set this up. He's got a little coral beauty in here. He's got a couple of different clownfish. It's looking really good. And that is honestly the biggest peppermint shrimp I've ever seen in my life, dude. So big, but I love the saltwater aquariums. Super dope. So as you can tell now, it's pulling the food closer and closer in, and it's going to start eating it. Just a really cool little creature. All those little tentacles, like I was saying, and those pricks, pretty freaking sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It means the world to us. All the support, all of the subs, all the likes. You guys are absolutely amazing. We're going to wrap this video up, and I promise to have another video up for you soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. It's getting away. Crap. Come here, you little bastard. See, this is why you always got to pay attention with your animals, right? Maybe you shouldn't be taking my advice? I don't know.